What's up, everybody? Just wanted to make a quick video. I know yesterday I took the steering wheel column and the dash apart to look at two different problems, which both were fixed. But I do know videos are a little easier to follow for people, so I figured I'd make one here. The first problem I had was this turn signal. Whenever I would, see if I can get in the light for you guys, or out of the light. Whenever I'd flip my turn signal up to turn, and I'd turn a corner, sometimes it would not, automatically switch off. And other times, it just felt real tight when you push on it. I kind of dealt with it for a while, but it was getting annoying. And other people have said they've kind of seen the problem, but never really had a solution. Which obviously it's something in the turn signal, but it's just a matter of getting it apart to look at it. So anyway, if you want to have this problem, this is one of the steps you can take to looking at it. Obviously you want to disconnect your battery, your negative terminal there. I got a size 10 wrench, 10 millimeter. So you pop that off. I had that loose, by the way. Let this sit. Now some people have said to let your car sit for 10-15 minutes to discharge the airbag. Not sure if that's true or not, but I'd rather be safe than sorry, so we'll let it sit for 15 minutes here. Hey, real quick, I forgot to mention this, but I just wanted to make sure I told you, before you disconnect the battery, make sure you pull the steering wheel as far out as you can, and also push the seat back as far as it'll go. This just gives you a little bit better working area. And this little lever on the very bottom is what obviously controls your steering wheel. Just push it forward and you should be good. Then you can disconnect the battery. Alright, so we'll let this sit for a while. I just want to real quick apologize for the wind. I'm trying to do the best I can, but it's obviously really windy outside today, and I'm using my phone and I don't really have a wind guard other than my hand, so I'll do my best. But real quick, I just kind of want to go over with you guys. If you look at this wheel, you can tell it's not very straight, but the wheels are. And that is because when I did this yesterday, I took all this apart. I had an issue going on with my brakes. I replaced them and they were still squeaking, and I've done the rotors. I think it was the clips or something, so I took all this apart while I had this apart, and I'll show you what I did to fix this. But while this was apart, I was working on that, and I must have turned the wheel a little bit, didn't realize it. So when I put all this back, it obviously wasn't straight like I thought it was. So anyway, make sure when you do this, your wheels are straight, and you're probably only working on this and not doing anything with the suspension that could affect that. So now we are just ready to pop the steering wheel off. So we need a size 10 socket and a ratchet. Okay, so you will have two bolts, one there, very bottom, and one directly across from it. Not sure if you can see it from here, but you should be able to see it right there. Okay, we're gonna pop those two bolts off. I'm gonna try to. Man, these people that do the one recording and all at once is awesome. Okay, there's one. Second one here. I'm gonna set this down. This makes it a little easier, so I'll pick it back up in a second. Okay, so we got both bolts off. Now, if you go to the very front here, this airbag should just pop right off. Pull it back, and we'll reveal some wiring. Okay, all you want to do is disconnect. You have one switch here, two in the middle, and then one way back here. This white one. Sorry, this is blurry. I'll fix that. Now, I usually got a screwdriver real quick. Just a small screwdriver to pop this little tab. Right here, you'll see. Someone's gonna pick that up. I don't know how well you can see it in the light, but there is a small tab here. Once I get this off, I'll show you a little better. But I really need somebody else recording this to make it so much better. Hold on one second here. Okay, so you got that off with the screwdriver. If you notice, there is it's on this part, but that little tab. Okay, you just pop off with a screwdriver and it will release it. The middle ones you just squeeze in the center and they pull back right back. This left and right side, you just squeeze them in and they pull right back. You got this little screw part here, it just pulls back right off of the airbag. And you're good to go. There's your airbag. So we'll set that off to the side here. Now you will have you actually have one more thing to pull off here. That white wire. You got a small tab in it, little on the bottom there. You squeeze that and it just slides right back out. So now you got everything pulled out. Now you will need a size 10 Allen to take care of that middle strip. Let's see here. Okay, now what I used personally was a breaker bar in this, because getting it in here, it was extremely tight when I tried to get it off. So I will show you guys what I did to bust this loose. I've got a small bar, it's the metal bar, and just took the end of it on the end of the Allen. And I'm going to try to record this, but I used the bottom knee to kind of grip the wheel. Just turn. As you can see, starts turning that without much effort. Just trust me, if it's tight like mine was, you'd be turning and struggling with it. Now it's just a matter of unscrewing this. Okay, so there she is. So now, that's it. We pull this forward, wiggle it, it should just come loose here. I wish I had a better way to hold this camera for you guys. Alright, so once it comes loose, you be careful pulling it out, because all these wires do have to feed through this little spot here. So go at the back, you just kind of pull them out, make sure nothing gets caught, and there's your steering wheel. Set that off to the side. Now we are very close to coming to where the problem was for the turn signal. Okay, so what you'll need is a Torx little socket, and I've actually got a security Torx bit. This is a TT10, and this is actually fits this just well. It's just obviously made for a different purpose, but they will work. So you unscrew, we got 3 of them. 1, 2, 3 on the bottom there. Try not to make this video so blurry. Sorry. Okay, so we got all 3 screws out here. I'm gonna throw these in a little tray. Now, once you get those out, this is actually just gonna pull straight forward, and you kind of want to be careful, I would say, and put even pressure on both sides here when we do it. So I'm gonna use both hands here and just lightly pull on it, rock it a little bit, and oh wow. Well, I was gonna show you how well it was working, but I just broke it again. So that's not a problem actually. It's actually kind of good. I can show you what was wrong initially and what I did to fix it, and looks like it didn't work very well. He's taking it off, but this was the piece that was broken. Whoops. And this is the part that was broken off of here. Okay. If you look, it's got that little tab missing, and it was just laying loose in here, like so. It was sitting here. So when you'd go to turn, obviously this little plastic piece would be going up against the turn part, and obviously when you know, make that turn and doing that, that's getting all jammed up in here, probably like that, and making it real difficult when you hit that turn signal. So that is what the problem was. And I had tried to super glue this, and it was working, and I think it probably would have worked fine had I not messed with it and pulling it off, but no problem. I need to probably just see how much a new one costs. I'd probably rather just get a new one anyway, but I will probably just for now super glue it again and to get by. And yeah, so that is what my problem was though for the turn signal, which most likely it's going to be very similar to your problem unless you got something else going on with this little mechanism here. So there. Alright, so we're inside. I did go ahead and apply some more super glue to this just to kind of get by. It's Sunday, so there's not much I can really do at the dealer, but Monday I probably will look at just buying a new one of these. I'm gonna guesstimate they run between 100 and 200 bucks, but I don't know, I haven't even looked. But anyway, I will cut this once it's all installed, and we'll check it and make sure it's working. Real quick, while I have the steering wheel assembly taken apart, I did want to just talk, and actually you probably don't even need the steering wheel assembly taken apart to do this, but for those that are having the steering wheel play problem, where you know this would go back and forth and you had all that funkiness going on, the best thing to take the rest of this off. I'm just gonna kind of like go over this verbally. I'm not gonna really disassemble anymore, but there's one more screw right here that you would take off. If you can see it, that screw right there, take that off. That releases this screw right here, I don't know if you can see it, but once that comes off, this whole thing will just slide right forward. So once that comes off, then you can take off, I'm going to pull this back, this little trim, the side trim, just has a couple little clips, and you'll have one screw here. Okay, pop that off. You have one screw below right here. Actually, you probably have two. I only had one. I had one missing. I don't know why, but I can't even see that screw. There it is. Okay, so you got that screw, and then I think that is the only one, actually. That and that. And you might need to take this bottom trim off. I think I did yesterday, but it looks like it would be blocking it right there. So just the small trim piece comes off, and excuse my dirty floor. It's they need to be clean, but once these pop off, you pull those screws off, this whole bottom dash just falls right down. You just pull it down, it just comes right off. This little parking brake, okay, if you pull this forward, you'll see two small screws in there. Now, it's your choice if you want to pull those off. I didn't. I didn't even waste my time with it. It's not going to really hurt anything. It'll kind of dangle from this a little bit, but that's a cable. It's not going to rip or anything. It's not pulling on it hard or anything. But anyway, that is all you need to do to drop that little bottom dash area to look at the steering wheel column, at least from a pretty good angle. So I'll cut to the video that I had yesterday once I had all this dropped. Alright, I got the dash pulled apart. I'm going to try to show you guys what I found to be the problem with the steering. Oh, fuck it. Well, there's this little plate goes left to right from the column when the steering wheel was on here. And if you look right here, that little bracket, if I can hold my hand straight enough to, but it looks like a bolt's missing. But you can see that play, that's where the problem's coming from. And obviously that one screw needs to be tightened, but trying to see, I think there should be another screw right here that looks like it either fell out or, I don't know. It'd be weird that there wouldn't be one there. But I'll have to look in here a little bit more. But that right there is what's causing the play for sure. And yeah, so we found it. All right, we're coming back out. Pretty much just gonna put everything back together real quick, and mainly because I'm running short on time. I would make the video a little bit more in depth if I had a little bit more time, but I don't. The part I did, by the way, this is pretty secure. I did super glue this, let this sit up. Gosh, this sucks. It's not in focus, but it is definitely secure again, so I don't think we'll have another problem out of it. You just want to make sure these are lined up going back in here, and just lightly press on it. It'll slide back in there, and hold on one second. I'm gonna try to do this evenly. Oh, make sure I'm not missing something, but there we go. One side went in. There we go. Alright, just pressed in there. Just kind of give it a little tug. Alright, so that's in. Now it's just a matter of putting all these screws back in and plugging everything back up. So I'm gonna go ahead and put everything back together real quick. I guess you guys don't really need to see all that, but once I'm done, I'll open it back up, we'll test it, and we should be good. So we will drive down here and hit our turn signal. So I mean, I've been using it for a couple days now, and that's gonna get annoying. Haven't had any problems out of the turn signal, so I'm pretty sure that the super glue fix does work. But I've been so busy, I really haven't even had a chance to call the dealer. But I do know it is working, so. So anyway, that is the turn signal and this steering wheel column, all working right. So, all right.